Hi and welcome here on pierocini.com, the wine show. And I'm really happy today because guess what? I have a really special guest today here on my show from Argentina, no, from Chile. Aurelio Montes Jr. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, nice, Piero. Nice to meet you. Nice to be here and to be able to talk about our wines.
Aurelio, well, we can talk about maybe about your father, Aurelio Montes, but it would be too long because Aurelio Montes, he's kind of the, let's say, icons of the in the wine business. But let's talk about you a little bit before we start to get to taste some wines of your wineries from Chile and Argentina. When did you start to work with your father together? It was
a kind of family, decision of working together.
Yeah.
When I studied winemaking, in Chile for 5 years, and then when I ended the studies, I decided to travel around the world. So I live in Australia, then I live in California, I visit France, I went to South Africa, New Zealand. So, and then I went back to Chile. But I didn't want to work with my father. I didn't work with my family.
You were scared?
Yeah, a little bit. It's working with the family is great.
Yeah.
But when you're young and you want to do things, sometimes you start, crashing, and you don't want to do that when you're learning, when you are growing.
Okay.
So for 10 years I worked in different wineries and in Chile, outside of Chile, until one day we felt both together prepared, and we say, okay, let's start working together. It's time to work together. So in the year 2007, I started with my father in the winery.
You mentioned it. You used to work in Australia. You used to work also in Chile or Argentina.
In Chile and Argentina. Now I'm working in Argentina, but in Australia with Rosemont, in Cabernet, in Franciscan in Napa, in
Burgundy also.
In Burgundy also, in 2 places.
Yeah.
And then I travel. I love to travel.
Okay.
So I spend a few time traveling around to different places.
So, and what was the main influence for you in this time, working outside of, let's say, the Montes, Mondo?
If we talk about the influence that affect me, it's that's the reason why I travel everywhere, because I wanted to have influence from the world. Chile, even is a great country, it's a wonderful country. It's one part of the world, and I needed really to learn about the different places, different areas. Like Australia is an amazing place. Yeah. France and Italy and Spain, great places. But every place is so different from the other ones, and that's what I love it. That's what it makes me open my mind. Winemaking, when you're a winemaker, you're not only a wine maker, you're also a psychologist, you're also, some people that need to understand you're geologist, you are, many other things more than winemaker. Yeah. So that's why it's important to open your mind when you make your blends, when you work in the vineyard, to really understand what you have in your hands, and then use it to make the best of the place.
Okay. Let's talk about the project Kaiken. It's pronounced correctly? Kaiken?
Yeah, Kaiken.
Kaiken?
It's Kaiken is born in the year 2002.
Yeah.
With my father. I wasn't working there in my family business. I was working, for the competition. But when it came into Montes, I realized that Kaiken, Kaiken is in Argentina. Argentina being so close to Chile, we're completely different. Yeah. You're Italian, so maybe you're gonna understand.
Yeah.
It's like we call the Argentinians, we call the Italians from Latin America, and in the Chilean we call they call us the Germans because not because of the culture, because we are very organized. It's a clean country, very modern, So it's a kind of different way of living between Chile and Argentina. So making wine outside of your country, you need to be there. You need to understand from the roots, from really deep part of the country, because terroir, the most important part of wine, to make a wine, means it's a combination of climate, soil, and people. Wine represents the culture. If you drink an Italian wine, you're drinking Italian taste. The same with Argentinian wine, the same as Chilean wine.
Yeah.
So that's why I moved to Argentina to support, to take care of the winemaking area. And we have done many new things and big changes, so very nice.
Kaiken, your winery is situated south side of Mendoza.
Exactly.
Yeah? And let's talk about a little bit about the winery. What's so special about this winery? Actually?
Well, we have.
I mean, it's a beautiful place. Anyway.
It is. First of all, that's the most important part. Is that when you go to Mendoza, you have this beautiful mountain in the middle of the Pampa.
Yeah.
You have all this flat land, and then at the end of the land, you have this huge range of mountains called Andes.
And dry air. I remember the
very dry air. Yeah. The average percentage of humidity is 30%.
Okay.
In Chile, the average in summer is 65, 70%, and winter 90%. In Argentina, even during winter, it's dry because we're very high in altitude.
So it makes it very easy to cultivate the wines?
It is,
You don't have too much pressure about pests?
There's not many pests.
Yeah.
There's only one big one, the ants.
Okay.
Ants can be very big. But the wonderful thing about the winery that we have in Mendoza is that we found a place with old vines. We have an 80 years old Cabernet Sauvignon and 105 years old Malbec.
Wow.
So it's a very old area where used to be, the most premium wines. Now has been attacked by the condominiums and the houses. And now we have a kind of island in the middle of this area, beautiful, with a beautiful view, with an old building. It's also 80 years old building. So everything is more like, all the area looks more traditional style. But the vineyards are not only located there. We also have vineyards in the very high mountains.
So they're scattered about,
We try to get different styles of wine depending on what you want to produce. So we have in Agrelo, that's very close to that area, only 30 kilometers.
Yeah.
And then 150 kilometers south of Mendoza, and very high, 1,500 meter high, we have Vista Flores, the wildest place you're gonna be. Extreme weather.
Sounds good.
Very nice. It's very nice. Extreme rocky wildlife. I have two problems there: ants and wild donkeys. They eat my berries and vines.
Aurelio, before we are going to taste the wines, regarding the wine, the tasting of the wine, what's the difference between Argentina and Chile? Because I think for many people, Chile, Argentina, South America,
it's the same.
It's equal.
Yeah. Now it's completely different, and to be simple to answer, is Chile is we have a kind of green type of landscape.
Yeah.
Okay, we have rivers, we have a green forest.
A lot of rain, huh?
A lot of rain during winter.
Pacific,
Argentina is a desert. Where we are, Mendoza, is a desert. It's a semi-desert.
Yeah.
And very high altitude, low humidity. So when you talk about shiny days or clear sky days, sunny days.
Yeah.
In Argentina, there's 90% of the days during all the year is clear sky, sunny days. So you have a different radiation, you have a different evolution of the grapes, and also plus the very rocky soil. In Argentina, most of the soils are rocky or at least 50% of sand.
Okay.
In Chile, we have more clay, granitic soil, influence from the ocean. So we have other factors that affect. So let's say in Chile, the wines are a little more spicy. In Argentina, can be spicy. Some Malbecs can be very spicy, depending how high you go into the plantations. Then in Chile, we have a stronger mouth. In Argentina, always, because of the radiation, always very soft tannins and sweet tannins. So it means that when you drink the wine, very easy drink.
Purple Angel, vintage 2012. This wine is not from Chile. Argentina is from Chile. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about this wine. What's Purple Angel?
Well, Purple Angel is one of the most emblematic wine, not only for us, it's also for Chile.
Yeah.
This is a good example of a Carmener.
Carmener.
Carmener is our national variety that was blended and confused in between Merlot for many years in Chile till in the 90s. We discovered that it wasn't Merlot, that was Carmener. So we clean it, we separate it, and now we produce pure Carmener.
Okay.
And this is a premium Carmener that I add 8% of Petit Verdot. The reason why, very simple. Cabernet, you harvest the latest, not anyone else. For example, we start harvesting Cabernet Sauvignon end of March.
Yeah.
We start harvesting Cabernet middle of May.
Wow.
So almost 2 months later, but when you harvest, there's no leaf hanging from the vines. It's only the cluster. That's one of the reasons why when you look the vineyard, it looks purple. And then when you harvest, you lose a little bit the tannins. Why? Because the tannins are so soft, so elegant, that the back part of the wine is a little bit short.
Yeah.
We add 8% of the big rugby player, the Petit Verdot, and makes the wine with acidity, with the tannins, makes the wine really long.
Okay.
So that's why we use 8% of Petit Verdot in the blend.
And the wine comes from the Colchagua?
Colchagua, Apalta, and Marchigua. It's a blend of 2 different vineyards. One is closer to the coast. It's more spicy, vibrant, and the other one is more elegant. The one is far away from the ocean. It's more elegant, very nice and ripe type of fruit.
Yeah, you have more the aromas of plums here, right? Okay.
We have plums, but we also have very nice aromas of blueberries, a little bit of blackberries, some very nice spiciness.
Wow. Definitely. Well, you have more this, I have to say, it's more like this chocolate style. Yeah, definitely. But you have this blackberry, more, what do you say more in English?
Blackberry.
Blackberries, yeah, definitely. Wow. And it's softer.
Really soft.
Yeah.
Really soft. But
Killing me soft.
with a very, very nice end. Because of the Petit Verdot makes the wine longer. So stay longer, very soft and round tannins. So it's a wine that, in my recommendation, with a piece of lamb.
It's most rosemary.
So beautiful.
Wow,
yeah,
I'm getting hungry.
Exactly.
The aging potential of these wines, what do you would say? Like
Cabernet Sauvignon has a huge potential.
And Cabernet?
Cabernet, by itself, 100% Cabernet is not that big. I would say no longer than 10, 15 years.
Okay.
But when you add this Petit Verdot, some people add Cabernet Sauvignon, the wine go much longer. But it's not a wine that you can keep it for 30 years.
Okay.
I don't recommend you that.
So you prefer more to drink it in the
next 15 years.
Okay, perfect.
No more than that.
So the next wine, okay, I was wrong. It's not from Montes. Okay, it's family Montes, but it's from the winery Kaiken. It's from Chile, Argentina, and sorry, it's Kaiken Ultra Malbec Vintage 2012. Well, I'm looking forward to taste the wine. And what's so different about this wine?
Well, the most...
The vineyards?
Yeah,
older.
exactly. The vineyard here are not that old. The average vineyard here, we're talking about 20 years old vineyard. Yeah. So it's not that old. But the most important part, altitude.
Okay.
Here we're not in the base of the Andes. We're inside of the Andes. So here, there's one vineyard that I cleaned to plant a few years ago. I cleaned 6 hectares of, I take it away some rocks and everything. I removed 2,500 trucks of rocks to clean 6 hectares. So as you can see, this is a very extreme rocky soil. It's not very steep. It's more like, it's like a pampa going up into the mountains. So it's a little bit steep, but not really high. And with an amazing and very extreme weather. During the nights, get cold. During the day, can get warm. Never too warm, but very windy. Winds that coming from the south. In Chile and Argentina, south means cold. It's opposite like here.
Yeah.
So the winds coming from the south, cool down the place, so makes the wine or the vines grow slowly, more smaller berries, more concentrate with better acidity. So this is a good wine to drink with meat, like Argentinian style.
Yeah, it's a must.
Yeah, it's a must, exactly.
Okay. Wow, this is great. The nose is...
Here I get a lot again, a lot of spiciness, a lot of black fruit again. It's really, really deep and fresh, but at the same time very fresh. For me here, one of the aromas that I love it is rosemary.
Yeah.
It's really nice, and that spiciness, really nice.
Yeah, I would say, well, I don't know if you have eucalyptus there, but it's kind of this direction.
Yeah.
Like rosemary.
It's a kind of fresh spiciness.
Yeah, and once again, it's not overripe. It has a really good fruit, like a cool mixture between cool and warm fruit. It's nice. Yeah, nice. Wow, good mouthfeel.
Very nice.
It's like like velvet on the palate. Once again, beautiful structure, nice acidity, perfect mixture with the tannins. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a good balance for, in Argentina we eat a lot of meat,
Yeah.
a lot of meat. So when you eat meat, you need a fresh wine with a beautiful acidity because meat is strong as a flavor.
Yeah.
So when you put in the mouth and then you put this fresh, nice, beautiful acidity wine,
Yeah, good.
you make the food easier to drink, to eat and drink. So it's a really nice combination. In the past, we used to produce strong, big boy Malbec.
Yeah.
But the problem, after one glass
enough,
and you are done.
Yeah.
This one is a dangerous wine.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can drink all the bottle and no
Can
problem.
imagine, yeah, but regarding the freshness, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
good. Yeah.
That's why we're producing the grapes in the very high altitude, because high altitude gives you all this complexity, we call minerality in the mouth, this grip that you get in the tank, the acidity, all this coming from the highlands.
What's the highest vineyard do you have in production?
1,500, so 1,500 meters.
Okay.
So it's quite
High.
high.
Okay.
It's very cold, and during winter you don't want to be there. It's really cold.
Okay.
Really cold.
Aurelio, great to have you on my show. It was a pleasure for me to have an impression of Chilean and Argentinian wines. I definitely have to come to make a visit there and stop there in South America. Great potential, nice, beautiful wines, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Hope we see you back again. And you're heading to Chile today?
Today.
Okay, we are not in Chile, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's all for today, dear internet. I hope you enjoyed the clip with Aurelio Montes Jr. And I hope I see you in the next video.